Good morning, everyone. May I have your attention? Because this is, let's forget this place is Da Nang City. Let's forget this room is just a room. Let's free yourself and your mind because we are about to go on an adventure outer space. And I would like you to join me today to a journey that I would like to tell. This is more like a story. So I'm going to talk about raising the secret capital. It's different from what we have thought, but bear with me, okay? So I would like to share. This is human biggest ambitions. This is the red planet. There are a lot of people around the world trying to fly to this planet. How does this relate to everyone in this room today? So if you just take time, enjoy, and then you understand. Humanity, we start like how you build a company. We start. And then after starting your idea, getting to build a company, everybody tries to survive. It's the same with us. We are trying to survive. And for me, this whole journey from you going from Mars, from Earth to Mars, is a long journey. And it's the same like how you build a company. At the first stage, I would like to share the idea of the level 3 map. Level 1, when you are just a small startup, you need to raise money. And this is why we have a lot of investors, we have a lot of financial capital to fund, or we borrow money. But once your company already starting, the next stage is level 2. It's called owner reliant, which means you have to do a lot of things to build your team. And when you build your team, you build the product. So there's 2 things you're going to do. You build, and then you hire. And if you're lucky enough, you survive after this stage. Then you're going to go to level 3, the exit stage, where you scale the business, you nurture the next generations, and hopefully you go to the dreamland where you can exit your business. So a lot of people are talking about how to raise money. On my perspective, I was lucky enough first to raise the money from my mom, my family. We call the family friend, the full money. So somehow we kickstart the idea. And right now, I have been able to receive our first round seed of funding last year. So yes, I do have experience how to raise money. But right now, the next question, after raising the money, what is the next thing you should raise? What is the next thing you should raise after you got the money? So normally, it will be big. You're going to raise something that you can be able to build the team, build the product, hire people, right? And when you're at the exit stage, you still need to nurture to grow the company. So I would like to share the secret capital that I want to talk about is the human capital. This topic is the result of 3 years of me building my travel platform, TripMe, and a journey of about 10 years building different companies. But in the last 3 years, I think the things that I spend the most is how to build the human capital for our company. Because the moment somebody say, oh, I raised a round, what do you do with that round? What do you do with the money? I'm going to build a team. I'm going to hire good people. Because in the past, I do everything in my company, but now I need to build the team to do it so I can spend more time doing other things. And what is the other thing that the CEO does? Most of the time is growing the company human capital. It's really hard in the US to hire good people, build new team. It's even harder in Asia because you don't have enough people to build technology startup company. And trust me, it's super hard in Saigon, Hanoi. And for all the startup company in Da Nang, you have my best respect. Because this is a place, it's not really easy to find talent, to build a team. As a Vietnamese, you already know that everybody who are talented in Da Nang, they're going to go to Saigon and Hanoi. So if you still here, build your dream, think about global company, you're the best. Because it is the hardest thing to do. and you think about yourself as a company, You have to fight with the long list of great companies in Vietnam. There's Uber, there's Grab Taxi, they have money, they have the brand, they have the mission. There's Tiki, Silicon Street, there's a ton of companies. And if you're in Saigon, you will know that there are hundreds of Silicon Valley-backed startups quietly build a team in Saigon and Hanoi. And there are thousands of Singapore startups that is coming and looking to go to Vietnam to build a team there because it's way more affordable. So you yourself as a small company, you have to fight with all of these people. So these are the things I would like to share, how you can still grow your human capital despite all the challenges that you're having. So first of all, it has to be the #1 priority. Everybody gonna, it's easy to say human HR is the most important thing, but is it the top priority every day in your schedule or not? Because everybody thinks that, oh, yes, it's important, but it's easy to forget that it has to be the first thing you do every day. So I was lucky enough to build a team that allow me to be free so I can spend about 30% of my time in a day think about growing the team. And trust me, it's not easy because you're going to have a bill to pay. You have a document to read. You have tax lawyers, all those things. How do you dare to cut off 30% of your time just to think about this, not doing anything? But it has to be the top priority. And last night, I have a big fight. And this morning I wake up, I would like to share one more thing. Growing the human capital, the first thing is you need to grow yourself as a CEO. In the past 10 years, I spent a lot of time growing myself, learning all about business. But I just realized that as a person, I did not grow fast enough. So the business side swallowed myself. So that I, in one dimension, better, but in the other dimension, as a CEO, as a human person, I did not grow. So put that as a top priority. And the second thing is always pre-hire. If you go to any job website, especially outsourcing company, you're going to see hiring in 1 month, 200 engineers. Talent are not fruit. They're not on the tree. You cannot just go to the market and say, I want 10 best people. So you have to always pre-hire people. And when you pre-hire, which means when you don't have the money to pay for that person, you still want to hire that person because not everyone works for money. I have a few friends working in Saigon. They run one of the best English website news in Vietnam. So they be able to get an editor who previously worked for a prestigious newspaper whose salary about $3,000 to $4,000 per month. But in the end, she decided to work for my friend's startup, who's a smaller company. It's only about $800. And just because she liked the team, she loved the freedom that she has. Getting $4,000 or $5,000 doesn't mean that you have the best thing. But because small startup, we always think that you cannot get the best people because you don't have the money. Please, let's still believe in humanity. People still work not for money. But at least they be able to fit. And that's why Da Nang is the best place, because you don't need a lot of money to survive Da Nang. I done the calculation, you can easily have a good life here at $200. So if you ask someone, if someone who want to work in Saigon for $2,000 sacrifice the air, the sea, their health, versus coming back to Da Nang at about $600, but you can live longer. You can live a healthier life. You can wake up, you can run around, you can enjoy the sea. That person will consider that option. So Da Nang, you don't have a lot of money, it's okay. You have the air, you have the sea, you have the environment. And that's way worth for a lot of money. And that's the reason why in our company, we have an in-house chef to cook lunch and dinner for every staff. Because I just told them so simple. I don't give you $3,000, but I just gave you 5 more years in your life. They agree. And then the next thing is the best job descriptions. If you are a startup you're spending day and night building a pitch deck to send to investor. But look at the job description that people post on the job website. It's like a work where you done like 5 minutes, people are copy from one company to another company. Your future employee is your investor. And you treat them by a copy job description. I have to say, what the fuck? So most of the time, if you ever happen to see any job description that we posted on our website, I spend nearly a month just for one job description. And in the job description, just don't tell people about how great your company is. People don't care. What can you do for them as a person? And when you write a job description, just don't write about the thing they're going to get. Normally, I would like to skip the interview part. So in our company, we don't really interview a lot. Everything we pass to a test. If you are interviewing if you want to get a job at a marketer, okay, here's the money, just run. We do that for weeks. For our in-house chef, in order to find that chef, every day we test one person. So the lady or the guy, he came to the office, he cooked for 1 day. We pay him 400,000 Vietnam dong per day. We try that with about 10 person in the next 10 days. Then we find the best one. So we don't interview our chef. We don't interview our customer happiness consultant. We have 4 different route tests. Every test about how they sell the business, how they consult, how they care about people. For our engineer, we ask them to be a local guy, so I can test whether they fit with the company or not. And we always get to a round where they go to the office to have lunch with each other, so we can test the personality fit. Why we do this test? Because not every one of us is a great psychologist or HR person. If you are a founder with engineering background, how do you test someone with marketing background? And if you don't, you learn from someone else. So you use the test from other people. One of the other tips that I've done is I invite my friend. I'm not an engineer background, so I invite my friend as an engineer to interview the engineer for me. I pay him a meal or drinks, depending on how close you are with that person. But you should not trust yourself enough to interview someone you are not good at and spend all the time. There's one website called High Select or criteriacorp.com. They are offering $2,000 package for unlimited tests in a lot of different disciplines. So for our small company, paying $2,000 per year for HR website, that's a big risk. But so far, it works for us. And I would like to steal this quote. If you want the team you never had, you have to do the things you never done before. So whatever you do at the current job, whatever you think about how to grow a person or business, rethink it again. There was one company, a game company in Saigon, where I have a privilege to work at. The first day I went there, I saw a standee, welcome names to the company. That was the first company make me feel, wow, I will welcome. In that same company, every time that someone have a happy birthday, the HR department will buy a balloon and stick to the chair. So on that day, just looking at the room, you know who got the birthday, people passing by, sharing the gift. So that 2 small things still stay with me until now. Because that is small thing that you think, well, you don't have to do, but they make a lot of effect. So everything you know about HR, human capital, unleash yourself. Okay? So this is the stage where you build everything by yourself, but how do you grow your team? So first of all, let's talk about the byproduct and the product. If you're building a website, is your company product is a website? No. If you're building an iPhone, is your company product in the iPhone? No. The iPhone, the website, the chair, the desk, this room is not the product. It's just the byproduct. It's the result of the team who build it. And the job of the company is to build the team. And that's the only product as a CEO you should care. And when you think as a CEO is the product that you build, it will become your top priority. As a CEO, you should not go into fix the website. If the website is not functioning the way you want it, talk to the person who in charge of it. Don't jump there and build it. You can do that in the first stage when you're still a startup, but when you start to build a team, you have to accept failure. So from us, we learn about one thing. You build an internal academy. There's two great companies I admire the most who have one of the best companies in the world is Apple and McDonald's. What they share in common, they have their McDonald's University and they have Apple Internal Academy. So from day one, every lesson that you learn as a CEO, every lesson you learn, you should document it. Keep it somewhere and then share it back to the team. Makes it become a habit to learn from the mistake of everyone else. And make the team feel that this is the company is the place where they go there to enjoy learning as well, not just doing. But this is a very hard thing to do. Even for us, when we want to start something like this, but sometimes when I'm not in the best shape, I forgot to do this thing. And today, when I have the privilege to share on with you again, it's a chance to remind myself, I gotta go back on Monday, start to do something like this. And the second thing is manage growth compared to hockey stick growth. Every company wants to grow so fast. For example, I hate to say the example, but like Uber. They raise a ton of money and then they grow. When people raise a ton of money with one assumption, their team can grow as fast as the growth of the sales. So for Uber case, because they're based in the US, when they raise a ton of money, it's easier for them to hire talented people to further fuel the growth. But like I say, in Vietnam, in Southeast Asia, one of my friend company, they raised a ton of money, $3 billion, but to find great engineering team is still a challenge for them in the last 3 years. So money, when you raise the money, it doesn't mean you can grow the company without raising the secret capital, which is the human capital, right? So sometimes, don't chase the growth. Let growth slower a little bit. So what we do, we call the managed growth. We want to control our growth every month. For example, this month, we hit $10,000 revenue. We can grow to $20,000 when we say no to a few customers. We do $10,000 for 3 months. In that 3 months, we see whether the team performed better. And then we decided the team is ready. Let's go from 10,000 to 20,000. So it will look like a ladder instead of a hockey stick growth. But again, if you raising a lot of money from other investors, the investor will say, no, I don't want the managed growth. I want the hockey stick growth. If you don't do that, I'm going to kick you out. So again, raising the secret capital is more important than raising the capital because too much capital is going to kill you inside out. Okay? So that's why for us, we decide not to grow really fast. The only goal at our company right now is to survive, to get to the point where we can be profitable, we can sustain by ourselves. And then we're going to decide with the next round, whatever money we want to raise, when we raise it for, but we have to be independent first. So instead of having the unicorn startup, people are talking about crotch startup or the unicrotch startup as well, right? And the last thing is control failure. As a perfectionist, as a CEO, there's a lot of time you know that you're going to do things better than your staff. And if your staff do something that you don't like, you just jump in, you do things on behalf of your staff. Let them fail. Let's close one eye. You know it's going to go down, but the damage is okay, not big enough, just let them go down. But don't involve. Only by that way, then you can grow the team. Because trust, when you hire someone, you have the trust that that person will still feel the same pain when the companies fail as the CEO. And if your staff does not feel that pain, well, don't hire that person. I always ask to my staff, I'm hiring you here because tomorrow when we go to war, I will trust you at the back to fight together with me. Not just because you are talented. So that's the three things that I would love. Maybe you would love to remember. One thing is managed growth versus the hockey stick growth. Too much growth is not good, but you have to know what exactly. And reading too much new is not good for you too. If you just go on like Deal Street Asia or Tech in Asia, today there's one company get funding, why not me? Then another day, another company, why not me? And until the day where your competitor got funding, you're gonna ask, why not me? And that kind of stress will pass to your staff. You're gonna go back, you have to work harder because the other guy, they grow faster. And just by your jealousy, it's already killed the company inside out. So last but not least, I would like to invite all of you, if you have time, and please make time to watch this wonderful TV show, Mars by Nat Geo. So this is a story about different company raise fund to build a new world for Earth in the universe. But because they raise funds, so they have investor. The investor pressuring the team. They're pressuring the team, the scientists, to make the thing faster. And when the mission has some failure, they got start to blame each other. And the dream of human just being destroyed by people who did not disagree with each other. There are a lot of lessons in this show. And if you like the show, you like to talk more about human capital, that's my email. Let's talk. And the last thing I would like to share is a quote from this movie. If you build a company, what if it's failed? If you build a family, what if it's failed? If you die, what happened? If we all die, well, at least when we die or we fail, we pave the way for the next generations. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Hai, for sharing. With that, our first half of the day is wrapped up. We'll be resuming here at 2 p.m. At the main stage for the pitching competition, where we'll hear from 10 companies battling it out for first place. So hopefully we'll see you all there and have a great lunch. Thank you.